It keeps on dripping all over the place. All right. We have 1 minute. I wasn't sure if Tara was going to come. Oh my goodness, your kitty is loud.
Jack is chatty this morning.
Yeah, he is. He's got a lot to say. He's got a lot to express.
All right. I think we're going to start. So today we'll start in a comfortable seated position. Whatever that means for you. Try to be nice to prop yourself up. Gently close your eyes. Try a soft gaze. I will be offering assists today, so if you like the offering, you can put your hand on your heart. We'll begin to focus on the duration of your breaths. Your inhales coming through your nose, the back of your throat. Expanding your chest, abdomen. Creating length in your breath. Breathing in and holding. And then breathing out. Again, breathing in, really filling up your diaphragm. And holding. Let's do that one more time. Breathing in. Holding. And breathing out on the side. Coming back to your normal breaths. Maybe rolling your shoulders back. You're rolling them back a couple of times. And then finding stillness, bringing your left ear to left shoulder. And then right ear to right shoulder. Let's do that again. Left ear to left shoulder, and we're going to walk our right hand out to the side. Really feeling the length, the space that you're creating in your right side body. And roll your head down and around over to the right side, walking your left hand out to the side. Breathing in, releasing out, feeling your shoulders kind of just drop. away from your ears. And then roll your head chin to chest. Maybe think about pushing your hips into the earth, elongating your spine. We're going to bring our hands overhead. Gaze is going to follow. Let's interlace our fingers, pop our palms up to the sky. And then we're just going to do a couple cat-cow in this position. So we're going to bring our hands to the front, rounding our spine. Head is going to come in between your arms. And then bring your arms up to the sky, arching your back. Let's do that again, rounding your spine. Breathing out. And then hands come up, breathing in. One more time, breathing out. And then breathing in. And let's push our body over to the right side. Really pushing our left hip into the earth. And then go the opposite direction. And again, thinking about pushing your right hip into the earth. And then coming back to center, bringing hands to heart center, and then we're going to transition into a tabletop. Checking in, making sure that your shoulders are stacked over your wrists and your hips are stacked over your knees. Maybe pushing the tops of your feet into the mat just to feel that different sensation, activating different parts of your body. Let's just do a couple cat-cow in this position. So breathing in, arching your back, looking up to the sky. And then breathing out, rounding your spine. Thinking about maybe releasing your neck, releasing your head. Back to release. You can even create a little bit of movement here. Maybe rocking forward and back. And then breathing in, arching your back. Maybe creating a little bit of movement in this position, in this pose. Maybe wagging your tail or rocking forward and back. Then we'll come back to a neutral spine. Let's bring our toes together. We're going to come down into child's pose. Releasing your forehead to the mat. Just taking a couple breaths here. Maybe thinking about an intention that you'd like It can be a word or a phrase. It could be something that you would like to leave in class today. Maybe not something that you'd like to cultivate, but something that you'd like to get rid of. And then we're going to bring ourselves up, back up to tabletop, bring our toes under and coming into a downward facing dog. Maybe moving your feet, your heels, doing whatever feels intuitive for you. I'm going to try to mute this one. All right.
Yeah.
Good. Maybe bring your heels up and then bringing them to the right. And then bringing your heels up again. And then pivoting to the left and releasing down. Or not. Just doing whatever feels good for your body right now. We're going to come back to stillness. Bending our knees, hovering over our mat. So we're kind of like in tabletop, but not really. And then pushing back into down dog. Let's do that again. Hover. And then push back into down dog. One more time, we're going to hover. And this time we're going to straighten out into plank. Thinking about rounding your shoulders here. And then let's go back up into down dog. Let's do that one more time. We're going to hover our knees, coming into plank, and then pushing up into down dog. Breathing in, releasing out and lengthening. Bring your right leg up to the sky. Your knee, opening up your hips. Feeling that expansion. Nice job. Nice forms. Whew. And then releasing that right leg down. Bring your left leg up, bending your knee, opening up. And then releasing the left leg down. We're going to bend our knees again, looking towards our hands, and let's walk towards our hands. And forward fold. Just letting go. Allowing the weight of your body to expand and make space in your back, to lengthen your spine. Bending your knees and pushing through your feet up to standing. Hands are going to come overhead. And then to heart center. Let's bring our hands by our side into Tadasana, rolling our shoulders back. Breathing in, hands are going to come overhead. Breathing out, releasing your right arm down by your side. And then bring your left arm up and over. Pushing your left foot into the mat. Maybe peeling open that left shoulder so your gaze is towards the sky. And then bringing both hands up overhead. Really feeling that expansion. Maybe activating your core just a little bit more. So bring your belly button towards your spine. Bring it up. And maybe creating a little bit more length. Releasing your left arm down. Feel yourself going up and over. Nice. Nice. Bring both hands up overhead. Palms come together. Hold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Plant your hands as we come into plank again. Then let's come all the way down. Maybe rocking your forehead from left to right. Let's bring our arms out into a T, tenting your fingers. Toes might come together. And then we're going to push ourselves up into like a cobra, kind of, with your tented fingers, really pushing into your fingers. Feeling your chest expand. And then lower down. We're going to do that again, breathing in, pushing yourself up. And then lower down. Bring your hands to our chest. We're going to come all the way up and then push yourself into down dog. Breathing in, releasing out. Bring your right leg up, bending your knee. Maybe this time create a little bit of movement in your ankle or maybe your hips. And when you're ready, find your stillness and extend that leg all the way up to the sky, pushing your hands into the mat. Let's bring knee to nose, rounding the back. And our shoulders are going to stack over our wrists. And then extend your leg up to the sky. Again, knee to nose, shoulders over wrists, and then push back. Again, knee to nose, and then we're going to bring our foot in between our hands. Lower down your left knee. Whew, okay. Rolling your shoulders back, and then bring your hands overhead. Releasing your shoulders away from your ears. I'm going to twist open to the right. So your left hand is going to be forward, your right hand is back. And maybe your gaze follows your right hand. And then let's come forward again, hands overhead. Now we're going to frame our foot. And let's just come into a half split. So your front toes are facing up. Lengthening your spine, and when you're ready, folding over. And then we're going to come up. Does everyone have blocks? Front blocks, right? There you go. Yes. Right here, we're going to come into a supported warrior three. So you're going to push yourself up. Your left leg is going to extend back. And then we're going to bring our left foot to our right in another forward fold. Pushing into your feet as you rise up to standing, hands come overhead, and then to heart center. Let's go through a flow. So you can go through a flow at your own speed, and we'll just meet in down dog, or you just can go right into down dog, whatever feels good. So you can start your flow, own breath. into down dog. Take a couple breaths. Lifting your left leg up, bending your knee. And you can create a little bit of movement here. Your ankle or your hip. And then finding your stillness, extending your leg up to the sky. And then bring knee to nose, stacking your shoulder over wrist, and then kicking back. Knee to nose. Kick back. One more time, knee to nose. And then bring your foot in between your hands. Lowering your right knee down. A little lunge. Feeling your strength. Bring your hands overhead. It feels good. And then twisting to the left. You're looking towards your left hand. And then bringing both hands overhead. Framing your foot as you come into your half split. Lengthening your torso and then folding over. All right, get those blocks again. And push up into a supported warrior three. Really pushing that left heel back towards the back of your mat. So really engaging. And then your right foot to left foot. Knee down into a forward fold. You can grab your big toes with your peace fingers and pull down. Elbows out. And then push your feet into the mat as you rise up to standing. Arms are going to come center. Bring your arms down into Tadasana. Let's go through another flow on your own, and we'll meet in downward dog again. So hands come overhead, and then go through your flow. We're going to kick our right leg up to the sky. And then let's swing it in between our coming into a runner's lunge. If you'd like to use blocks here, giving your spine a little bit more room to expand with these blocks to lengthen. So maybe you'd like to move around a little bit just to get a sense of this pose if you like. And then we're going to push up. Both legs are going to straighten, and then your head comes down by your knee. And then let's bend that front knee again. Chest comes up. And then straighten that front knee. One more time, bend And then straighten the front knee. And then we're going to come into pyramid. So you might want to bring your back leg towards the front of your mat a little bit more. You can continue to use the blocks if you like. You can come into a halfway lift, really activating your core. So bringing your belly button towards your spine, and then folding over. You could give a micro bend to your front leg if that feels good. Squaring your hips off with the front of the mat. Nice. And then we're going to bring our back leg back just a little bit as we push into our feet and come up into high lunge. Breathing in. And then we're going to transition. We're going to bend our front knee just maybe a little bit more and then transition into Warrior 3. And you can decide whether or not you'd like for this to be a supported or balance. And then we can bring both feet together as we rise up to standing. Hands come to heart center. And then by your side. And then you can either go through a flow or we'll meet in down dog on your own. In your down dog, lift your left leg all the way up to the sky, and then swing it in between your hands, coming into that low runner's lunge. You can use your blocks here, chest up. And then let's come into that really wide-legged kind of pyramid pose. Straightening your front leg, hinging at the waist, and then bending your front knee, breathing in, and breathing out, straightening both legs. One more time, breathing in, and I'm breathing out. We're going to come into the pyramid pose, so bring your back foot a little bit closer to your front foot, squaring your hips off to the front of the mat, coming into halfway lift, activating your core, and then down. Maybe giving yourself a little micro bend here to the front knee. Releasing your head, your neck. Oops. And then bringing that back foot back a little bit, your right foot, as you push into your feet, coming into high lunge. Feeling strength in your legs and your feet. Maybe pushing into those back toes a little bit more. And then we're going to transition into Warrior 3. And then bring your right foot to your left. Coming into a forward fold this time. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Coming into plank. And let's just hold our plank here. And then lower down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Allowing yourself to relax here. Take a couple breaths. Maybe come back to your intention. Bring your hands by your chest. We're going to come into Cobra, so pushing your hands into the mat, and then all the way up into Cobra. And then lowering down. Again, pushing up into Cobra. And then lowering down. We're going to push ourselves all the way down, dog. Breathing in. Releasing out. Walking your hands to your feet. And then pushing yourself all the way up to standing. Rolling your shoulders back. We're going to come into some balancing poses. So we'll come into a figure 4 first. So really feeling yourself settle into your right foot. And then bring your left knee up. And then cross your ankle over your thigh. Whoa. Maybe finding your focal point, your drishti. Your hands can come to heart center also. And if you want to take it a step further, you can calm down into a chair. You can rest your elbows on your thighs. If you'd like to take a step further, you can bring your hands down to the mat. And maybe your toes come over your biceps. And then mindfully coming on up. Ooh. And then we're going to take a step forward. And then transition into Warrior 3 again. Maybe giving yourself a little micro bend to that standing leg. Giving yourself a little bit more stability. And then mindfully bring yourself back up. Shaking your legs out. Whew. Now we'll go on the other side. So bringing your right knee up. Crossing your ankle over your thigh. Like opening up that hip. So pushing your knee towards the back of the mat. Your right knee. And then if you want to take it a step further, you can go wherever you land. Coming back up. Ooh, oopsie. Bring your leg up, taking a step forward, and then transitioning into warrior three. Bringing your left foot to meet the right, coming into a fold. Heel toeing your feet out to the edge of your mat. And we're going to sink into our malasana. Elongating your spine. If this feels too easy for you, you're just kind of settled into this pose, maybe activating your pelvic floor a little bit. Maybe bringing yourself up just maybe an inch or half an inch. We're going to plant our hands and come up to forward fold. Releasing our head. Heel toeing our feet to hip width apart. And then we're going to bring our right leg back into warrior two position. And coming up into warrior two. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears. And then maybe flipping your front palm up and coming into reverse warrior. And then coming back into warrior two. Straightening out that front leg as you come into triangle. So reach to your front hand, and then allow your front hand to drop to either a block, your shin, the mat, and then look towards your left hand. Right hand. Did it again. Right hand. And then use your power to come back up into warrior two. And then we're going to pivot our feet to the long edge of the mat. And then we're going to expand our body. Hands are going to come overhead. And then we're going to sink down into goddess. Nice job. Maybe sinking down just a little bit more. And then up into star. And then down into goddess one more time. If you like, you can bring your right heel up. And then your left heel. And your right heel. And your left heel. If you like, you can bring both of them up. And then release, come back into star. And come back into warrior two. And let's cartwheel our hands down to the mat, raising your foot. And then kick your left foot up to the sky, releasing your foot down to the mat. Coming into child's pose. So releasing your knees down to the mat, big toes together, and sink down. Couple breaths here. I'm going to come back up into down dog. Let's bend our knees, look towards our hands. And if you're working on a jump towards your hands, you can do that, or just step. Coming into a halfway lift, forward fold, and then push yourself up into standing. Hands come to heart center. We're gonna step our left foot back. All right, yeah. Coming into warrior two. Releasing the shoulders away from your ears. Maybe thinking about different ways to activate your feet in this pose. Flipping your front palm up and then coming into reverse warrior. Now we're going to come back into warrior two, straightening out your front leg, coming into triangle. So reach, 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 and then lower down. Looking at your left hand. And then pushing up into warrior two. And then we're going to pivot direction. However, I'm going to turn around. Don't want you guys looking at my butt the whole time. And then let's, from here, we're going to hinge over and just kind of hover right here. And then bend your right knee. And then bend your left. Activating your core here. So pushing your belly button in and up. And just go to the right and the left on your own pace with your breath. Find stillness, releasing your hands to the mat, releasing your head. Keeping your left hand right under your head. We're going to twist, opening up to the right. Your hand can come on your waist first. And then your right hand can come up to the sky. Your gaze follows. And then release both hands to the mat. Let's walk our hands to the front. So when dog, toes are facing forward. Bring your hands back to center. Your right hand is center right under your head. As we twist to the left, you can bring your hand to your waist first, and then maybe extend it up to the sky. Bring both hands to center. Coming back into your warrior two. Cartwheeling our hands down to the mat, bringing your foot and kicking your right leg up to the sky. And then releasing your right foot down to the mat. Breathing in, releasing out. We're gonna release our knees down to the mat and tabletop. Let's come down to child's pose. Let's do a little twist. So bringing our right hand up to the sky and then bringing it under our left, releasing our shoulder and then our head. Maybe walking your left hand towards the front. And then pushing up and bring your right hand up to the sky and then releasing down. Left arm up to the sky and bringing it under, releasing your shoulder and then your head. Maybe walking your right hand towards the front of your mat. And then pushing up, bringing your left arm up to the sky and releasing down. Let's come back into a tabletop. Bringing your right leg out, extending your right leg towards the back. Working towards squaring your hips off with it. And then bring your left arm up. Extending, really feeling the traction that you're creating in your back, the extension from your fingertips to the bottom of your foot. And then rounding your spine, knee, not yet, knee to elbow, and then extending, rounding your spine, and then extending. We're gonna lower our hand down, keep your leg extended, bend it so your foot is facing the ceiling. And we're going to pulse a little bit. So bring your foot up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then straightening that leg out. We're going to swing our leg in between, coming into pigeon. Feels good on the glutes, right?
Yes.
And then fold over. Pushing yourself up. And if you like, you can push yourself up into a 3-legged dog, bringing your right leg all the way up to the sky. And then releasing it down to mat. Coming back into tabletop. Squaring your hips off with the mat. Activating your core. And then bringing your right hand towards the front. Really feeling the expansion. And then knee to elbow, rounding your spine. Extend. Knee to elbow. Extend. Elbow. Extend. Lowering your hand down. bending your foot so it's facing the sky. And we're gonna pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Extend that leg towards the back and then swing it through so you're in pinch. Whew. That's a little much.
The old Jane Fonda days.
Jane Fonda days. I used to watch those.
Showing my
videos.
age.
And then fold over. Pushing yourself up, maybe swinging your leg all the way back into a three-legged dog, and then releasing your leg down. Pushing your hands into the mat for your last down dog. And then releasing your knees, finding a seated position. Let's extend our feet out towards the front. Lifting our hands overhead, breathing in. And then folding over. Whenever you feel sensation, stopping there and then releasing your head. Walking your hands up. We're going to open up to the wide edge of the mat. And we're going to do that again. So bringing your hands overhead, reaching up, activating your core. So in and up, maybe finding a little bit more of an extension. And then folding over. Wherever you start to feel sensation, maybe flexing your feet. Releasing your neck. You can also use blocks here. And then walking yourself up. We're going to face the back of the mat, bringing our feet together here. Bring your feet together. I don't know why I extended them. Bring your feet together, the bottoms of your feet together. Expanding. Folding over, walking your hands forward. And then we're going to come back up. We're going to do a little boat pose. So sitting up. If you guys want to turn around, that's fine. And you can bring your one leg up. You can bring your other leg up. Or you can bring both legs up. Maybe leaning back just a little bit more. Trying to keep your toes together. And then when you're ready, release down one vertebrae at a time until you're all the way down on your back. Hands can come overhead and full body stretch. Let's go into a banana pose. So we're going to put our left foot towards the left edge of our mat and then cross your right ankle over And then kind of bring your torso over towards the left. And then you can cross or grab your right arm or right ankle, not ankle, wrist. So your body is like smiling sky. We'll release that and go to the other side. So bring your right foot to the right side, crossing your left leg over, grabbing your left wrist, breathing into that left side body, feeling the expansion, feeling the space that you're creating. And then coming back to center, bringing your knees to your chest. And we're just going to allow our knees to fall over to the right side. And maybe our gaze goes towards the left. Our arms are out in a T. Let's come back to center, allowing your knees to fall over to the left. Maybe your gaze is towards the right. And then coming back to center, let's just bring both of our feet up to the sky, and pointing, flexing and pointing. You can come into happy baby if you'd like, grabbing the outside of your feet, maybe pushing your lower back into the mat. Rock from side to side if that feels good. You can begin to start to close your eyes. Start to become settled in your space, getting ready for Shavasana. So whatever you need to get ready for Shavasana, it's more poses, more layers. You can do that now. So allowing yourself to melt into your space, releasing any tension that you might still be holding, any tension in your face, your shoulders, just allowing yourself to melt. Shavasana. start to create a little bit of movement in your fingers and toes. Deepening your breath. Maybe start to feel the warmth in the palms of your hands and the bottoms of your feet. When you're ready, rolling over to your favorite side in a fetal position. Just taking a couple breaths here. Maybe a couple breaths of gratitude to yourself for showing up today. Giving yourself the 60 minutes of self-care. And then when you're ready, no rush at all. Coming into a comfortable seated position. Spread a soft breeze. Hands coming to heart center. Maybe coming back to the intention that you made at the beginning of class. Maybe dedicating the merit of your class to a person or group of people who might need it today. Gratitude to everyone sharing your energy with us today. Pressing your thumbs to your heart. The light within me honors the light within you as we bow deeply. Namaste.